Hello everyone, good morning. This is Friday and we are starting the decoding of the business newspaper. And like every week, today, Friday, we are decoding the Economic Times. Today, we are doing it half an hour early, like I informed everybody. Yeah, sometimes it just becomes challenging to do it at 10 a.m. So let's begin. Hey, thanks for acknowledging Ridhma that you're here. Bindu, glad you guys are watching. Let's begin. Today, as I opened the newspaper, the first news that I read was on Infosys going up, the share prices of Infosys. And that's an IT company, IT software exporter majorly. And the prices of it have gone up by at least 10%. And Infosys has been in the news for the last 3 days. Today it is in the news for the rise in price. Yesterday also the prices had, actually this is the yesterday's news. The day before also the prices had risen because the results of Infosys beat the estimates. So analysts estimate how much the company will grow and Infosys beats their estimates. And the quarterly results, especially in this COVID quarter, which is April to June, they have increased the number of new clients. That's what was in the news yesterday, that they increased the number of clients, they increased their revenue. And it was over and above what TCS and Wipro had done. And that led to the surge in prices. And over the last 2-3 days, how I've been looking at this is, most of us, we kind of look at the stock market as gambling. We think, okay, not everybody can understand it. It's something which involves a lot of maths. But actually, if you look at the rise in stock prices of Infosys, Wipro, TCS has risen a little, while L&T Infotech rose, I think, how much is it? Yeah, L&T Infotech, Mindtree rose between 3 and 5%. What I got present to was that yes, the stock market does move irrationally. At the same time, sometimes it is common sense investing which is added to the analysis that you're doing on companies. Like whatever tests that we actually share in our stock investing program and with our women stock investors community, those are all very basic common sense tests. And I think this time the market has been a little less irrational, like it's been more rational. We know that IT is the way forward. And yes, Infosys results have been incredible. And the stock market is reacting to that. Yes, sometimes it overreacts, underreacts. I wouldn't say that it doesn't irrationally move. It does. At the same time, this time it seems to be very rational. And common sense investing and Infosys being almost a debt-free company, the kind of performance it has shown is like quite known. Yeah? And it's been after a long time that I am seeing Infosys close at 910. I mean, I have seen Infosys at much higher the prices, and I'm glad that it's now moving up there. Again, the lessons that show up for me are it's common sense investing. Also, if we read these papers and what they're looking for, like if you see in the quarterly results that Infosys posted, let me actually open yesterday's papers and show you guys. Yesterday, look at all the things they're talking about. when they're talking about the Infosys results. And these could be things that you look first, and then more deeper conversations could come in. Example, they're talking about the new clients that they've added, number of new clients added in this quarter. The revenue it's talking about, and they also talk about revenue in rupee terms because it's also a software exporter, Infosys. It's talking about the operating margin of the company. So guys, you could actually read the papers and understand at least a few starting points on what to look for in the company. I wouldn't say that this is enough to make a decision. This is not enough to make a decision on companies. But at least you begin on at least reading and understanding that are seen. You fall for these influences that stock investing is gamble, you shouldn't be doing it, what would my family say, so many numbers involved, blah blah blah. How about really getting influenced by a little reading that you do? I'm a fan of reading. I think a lot that I've learned is because of the reading that I do, and maybe you could take it on. So if you're taking more reading on, then do say TIO. Okay, let's attempt this. I'm glad. Thank you everybody. Preeti, Kanchan, Kavleen, Saloni, Saujanya, Balvinder, Beena, Namita, Prachi, Tanmaya, everybody who's joined. It's great to see you guys early today. So, taking it on, TIO. Please start typing if you're taking on reading more the newspaper, learning. While we move to the next post Infosys news. Okay, is Ridhima the only one taking it on? Good job, Ridhima. Preeti, yay. Okay, very quickly some headlines I'm sharing. So, iPhone maker Apple has registered a subsidiary, an Indian subsidiary. So, 2 kinds of iPhones are going to be made in India and exported from here. That's one thing. Then Bill Gates, who is the Microsoft co-founder and the trustee at Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he's saying that India is capable of making COVID vaccines for the world. What else? Reliance Industries analysts are saying will further go up, so they are giving a buy rating to the company. D-Mart, okay, this company is called Avenue Supermarts in the stock market, and it has for the first time in the last 1 year gone below 200 DMA. So when I say gone below 200 DMA, what that means is, well, DMA is day moving average, and it has actually gone below, which means the long term downtrend has begun in this company. So if you actually see, how some of us just feel that it's that everything is just kind of buy sell, well, that's not it. You need to look at various parameters when buying a company. Now that it has started on a downtrend, and if it is actually on a 200 DMA low, then we wouldn't be buying it. We would actually wait for it to plateau to its lowest, and then when it comes back to over its 200-day EMA, I think it's not just moving average, it is exponential moving average. So when it moves beyond the 200-day moving average, then you actually, kind of start accumulating it again. So that could be another, well, that's more relevant for people who are trying to make some short-term gains. If you are for the long-term gains, actually you don't even need to bother so much about this. I quite like this news. In our WhatsApp groups, there was a lot of conversation on the gold bonds which were released, and I think it was between the 7th and the 10th of July that they were released. And this time it has been like investors have purchased a record 41 lakh, okay, 41 lakh 30,000 grams or 4.13 tons of sovereign gold bonds were purchased in the fourth tranche of the current financial year. So that's what has happened, guys, and the demand has gone up because, as you all know, gold is known as a hedge against equities, and Nirmal Jain, who is chairman of IIFL Group, has been quoted here that in a volatile stock market, sovereign gold bonds are a good hedge, safe and easy to invest in. So that's what he's saying. And other analysts are talking about how paper gold consumption was minuscule compared to the physical gold consumption. However, this is changing with now the changing times, because guys, managing physical gold is one thing, and the second concern that I've often had with physical gold is that we never sell it. No matter how much the prices go up, we never sell our physical gold. So I personally have been a fan of sovereign gold bonds, and it has touched a record high, which is brilliant to know. Okay, let's look at more things. Okay. So Indiabulls shared housing sales, like expected, has come down across 8 cities. It is at a 10-year low. Okay, so half of the financial year, actually H1 would not be financial year. Yeah, this is a January to June period. It's a calendar year that they're talking about, and they're saying that Jan to June period, the housing sales in 8 major cities has declined 54%. Now that's the drop in sales in properties. So guys, I often talk about stocks, properties and businesses, running your own businesses as 3 top ways to make money. That's what the past has been. However, it looks different for properties in the coming years. It's been down pre-COVID, and post-COVID it is further slipping. So I'm not sure how it will continue to make money for investors. I am not sure about this. At least that's how I'm decoding this information. That's how I'm using this information for my personal investments. Ready to cook food is at its high. So are you guys staying at home and having more ready to cook food? Do share if you are. Classroom based learning has changed. More online education is showing up. So other than Byju's and Unacademy, now a lot of institutes like the Akash Educational Institute, where at least 4 lakh students get enrolled on an every year basis. They are now taking their business online. So that's the next, that's the trend. Like, again, common sense, everything is moving online. Ready to cook food is being sold, especially now that eating out is less. Housing sales are reducing. So yeah, a lot of common sense investing is showing up, is how I would say for me. And yeah, uncertainty is driving a lot of gold up. And the last bit is that pharmacies are now not only selling medicines, they're also selling groceries. They've now turned into kirana shops. So that's another thing. So guys, yeah, on that note, this is it for today. Please start typing what did you learn today so that I know what you're taking on. Okay. Okay. No, nobody is having home cooked. What is that? Ready to cook food. Nobody. Not Kavleen is not having it. Manjula is not having it. Nitika is not having it. Got that. Anybody else? Well, I am having, definitely I'm having those finger chips. I think I've been missing them. We're definitely making, my nephew is making pizzas at home, so that's also a little pre-cook. I mean, we're buying the bases and all from outside. Okay, Tanmay, you're also not having it. Got it. So guys, this is, yeah, all staples for now. Okay, online studies, the new thing. Does this mean edutech companies are going to grow in the coming days? Absolutely, Balwinder. I think that's the way forward. Absolutely. We were online, like, I think from 3 years completely online, and now we've kind of gotten further deepened into the online space. So I'm actually watching that happening a lot on social media. So yes, Ridhima, go ahead, relook at Infosys. Absolutely. Okay, Manjula, finally you're investing in sovereign gold bonds now. Yeah, Namita, property is down. Get reassured on steady investments. Infosys, yeah, got that. Common sense investing is what I'm taking back. Kanchan is sharing. We should do our own homework before investing. Think a bit. Don't just take a leap. Absolutely. Preeti, sovereign gold bonds is good. Online education space increasing. Yes. Being an investor, so happy with Infosys growth. Congratulations, Balwinder, if you own it. Reading and studying before investing. Got that, Saloni. So Bindu is thinking that she should change her business niche from interiors to online teaching. Absolutely, that's the way forward, Bindu. Got that, guys. Ridhima is going to read and take on. Great, guys. So thank you so much for showing up this morning. Okay, Sajanya is saying she's ready to eat cooked food. News was new to her. Gives her a new pointer to analyze stocks. Sure, Sajanya. Absolutely. A lot of them are coming up with this product. Infosys. Guys, if you're taking value, do invite your friends and family to join us in this decoding and in actually taking charge of their finances, because you guys are the torch bearers of this mission. The more you engage and the more you draw them in, actually you become more responsible for your finances, because when you bring somebody else in and invite her to take ownership, your ownership in your own money life goes up to the next level. So think about that and invite more women to join in, because they can take charge of their finances like you are. On that note, guys, stay safe and loads of love and keep taking charge.